When I make songs, I usually build them around one idea. That could be like one lyric, a chord progression, a beat, or more abstract stuff like a vibe or an atmosphere. And in the case of Stardust, I wanted to go with a lo-fi little atmosphere. And the way I come up with these things is like in the back of my head. So you know how we have involuntary body functions like our heartbeat, our brain, and our breathing until just now when I reminded myself I was breathing, so now it's manual. Anyway, I could like be in the shower eating or like in bed and then I wake up, I'm like ding idea because it's always just churning in the back of my mind. Well, for Stardust, I was really inspired by lo-fi stuff. Stuff that's like lo-fi beats to study slash relax to with the girl on it. You know the girl, right? Yeah, yeah. But the two elements that I wanted to focus on from lo-fi were drum beats and chord progressions on a piano. So the first thing I did was come up with this chord progression on this piano. And I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. So when I had that and like that little I had the tempo I wanted, like the rhythm I wanted, the drum pattern just started coming to me. This is the bass line for like the loop I used throughout the whole song. So like nothing crazy, but you know, it fits the vibe. So when I was playing those at the same time, I was just listening to it on loop and I was like, "All right, this is pretty spacey and floaty, so we could lean into that." So the best way to establish an atmosphere is to do it in the intro, of course, right when the song starts. So I had the chords playing on a different instrument, and the most essential part, honestly, the most essential part was this ambience here, because you can't have anything that's lo-fi if you don't have noise in the background, some crackle, some wind, some nature sounds. That's what lo-fi is really about. It's not about the music, it's about the background noise. But yeah, so at that point, I was like, okay, I added a little bit of like percussion stuff and a little bit of little melodies to add some texture and just to make it feel whole. But when making any song, there's a rule that I personally have that determines if it has a chance of becoming America's next top model. And the rule is that there has to be a moment where I'm like, ooh, okay, that's kind of sweeto neato burrito. And it sounds arbitrary and dumb because it kind of is, but that's okay because it's my rule and not anyone else's. Like, I can be as dumb as I want as long as I understand. But the moment that I had with Stardust was when I was thinking about what to do with the chorus, because the pre-chorus has this part where the beat cuts out. So it's here. So the beat cuts out for like just a little bit of time before the chorus. So when the beat drops in the chorus, at the same time that the word can is said. And then right after can, it's we, when we is like this whole, like it goes up in pitch. There's a whole bunch of layers to it, super reverby. So when I was like, okay, so the beat drops and then right after the vocals drop, I was like, okay, that's a little bit of swag money, like no lie. But so basically, yeah, having the vocal drop on the snare rather than the kick, so on the upbeat, was the moment that I was like, okay, this song has like a little bit of spice to it. It's not like anything crazy, just a little bit of, it's just a little bit of salt and pepper, but you know, it's spice nonetheless. From that point on, I worked on it and it became the song it is, and now it's on all streaming services. Wow. We're just stardust. We're just stardust. We're just stardust.